Welcome to your kirtan kriya video. So this is the meditation that you'll practice. Ideally, this is every day. You can sort of customize your experience, but I would say if you're going to do just one meditation a day, this is it. You could do this one in the evening and then supplement it with the other practices in the morning, or vice versa. This is really the anchor meditation for your practice. Yogi Bhajan once said, actually during winter solstice one year, that if a person wears white and meditates on this sound current and does this meditation for 2.5 hours a day for a year, something like that, they will know the unknowable and see the unseen. Right? So this is a really, really powerful meditation, and one of the first meditations that Yogi Bhajan taught when he came to the West, because it connects you to that current of life. It connects you to the cycle of life. And it does so in a way that kind of breaks past any, subconscious limitations that you have. And it really plugs you into some potent Kundalini energy, so you want to make sure you're doing it correctly. There's a lot of parts to this meditation, and you just want to make sure they're sort of all lined up, right? So you do have this in a handout. You have it in your ebook, so you could have that in front of you just to make sure that you're following along well. So this is kirtan kriya, and it's also known as like the singing kriya, because it's using your voice and your given sound, your sound current to affect your body, to affect your mind, your psyche. And the mantra we're going to chant is Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. Now these are 4 we call them seed sounds or seed syllables, and they're sounds that are kind of placed into tiny little packages, right? It's like this vast, expansive energy of the universe kind of put into this really tiny little seed. So when you chant these, you're actually sort of planting seeds deep in your psyche, deep in your soul. So they're potent. Right, so the word Sa it refers to sort of infinity or the cosmos, right? It's the beginning of everything, right? So it's sort of that moment of birth, it's birth. And then Ta is life, it's existence, it's sort of that sustained life. Mm-hmm. And then Na is death or change or transformation. And then Ma is a rebirth, right? So we're coming back around to the beginning, right? To Sa, to the birthplace. And so this mantra, and you'll notice there's 4 sounds, right? Just like the 4 directions, the 4 seasons, okay? So we're tapping into something really, really primal here, okay? And balancing all the elements in the body. Okay, so this mantra, when you chant it, it allows you to kind of keep moving, right? Because life is never static. We need to be able to flow. We need to be able to give death to those things that need death, and give life to the things that need life, and everything in between. So this meditation and this mantra in particular allows you to keep cycling through and not get stuck in any one spot, right? Which is really easy to do because we're humans, right? So the other piece to this is the other piece of your voice that we're going to use is you're going to start chanting this mantra out loud. And we'll have about a few minutes of chanting out loud. Now, this out loud voice relates to the physical world, your humanness, right? It's sort of where we operate most of the time in our lives. And then we're going to move into a whisper. Okay, and you're going to do that about the same amount of time that you're chanting out loud. And so the whisper, we're starting out here, right, getting a feel for the world, and then we come a little bit closer. And this is known as the voice of the beloved. Okay, isn't that nice? The voice of the beloved, right? And the beloved, here's the secret, it's you, right? The beloved is in here, right? It's your soul, it's your dream, it's that deep connection to source. So that voice of the beloved sort of draws you from this outer world, from wanting to get your needs met out here, to kind of a little bit closer, listening to what's happening in here, okay? And then we're going to move into a silent voice, okay? So you're going to keep the mantra going, but it's just internal. So you're just chanting to yourself, okay? Now, that's going to be the longest amount of time. If you get really distracted in that silent part, like if your mind just keeps wandering, you can bring your voice back to a whisper, okay? Because you want to really stay focused on the sounds. That's one way to kind of make this meditation actually harmful for you, is to let the mind wander in that silent space. You want to stay focused on that sound, okay? And then we're going to move back out into a whisper for the same amount of time, and then back to out loud, right? So out loud, whisper, silent, whisper, out loud, okay? I'll tell you when it's time to shift, or you'll notice in the music, they'll move to a whisper, or they'll move to silent, and you'll know. So the sense here with this shifting voice, right, is that you start sort of on the outside and you kind of work your way into that center point, right? So it's a circling in, it's a spiraling in to the deepest, most sacred part of you, the part of you that doesn't have words. That's why we're chanting a mantra silently, because oftentimes this deep, sacred dream in you, this soul, it doesn't have words, right? It's beyond words. It's beyond an expression, right? And so you need to just be quiet with it for a little while. Like, let yourself soak in it. Most of us have been so separated from this deep self that oftentimes tears come. There's a sadness in this homecoming because it's like, oh my God, I've missed you, okay? So let yourself, if that's what you're feeling, or maybe it's like a joyful reuniting, or maybe it feels a little bit awkward, like, like a new lover or something. Whatever your experience is, just let yourself have it. So once you get in there, right, so we circle in, we spiral in, we let ourselves kind of drink it up a little bit, and then with that memory, with that sort of feeling of that internal self, then you move out again, okay? Then we move into a whisper, and then out into out loud. So it's a spiraling all the way into the center, and then spiraling all the way back out. Yeah, this is like the best winter solstice meditation there is. This is good stuff here. Okay, one more piece to this is your hands, right? We got to keep the mind busy with the hands too. So hands are going to be on your knees, right? Palms are going to face up. And what you're going to do with the hands is you're going to get the fingers moving, right? So you're going to start with sa, thumb and index fingertips touch. And then ta, thumb and middle finger touch. Na, thumb and ring finger. Ma, thumb and pinky. So sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. That's on the knees. So you're going to keep the fingers going throughout the entire meditation, out loud, whisper, and in silence. So the fingers keep going even when you're silent. Okay? One more piece. I lied. I wasn't done yet. Okay, one more piece. If you do start to get a headache, this is powerful energy, right? You're moving energy throughout what we call the golden cord, and it's this space between the pituitary and the pineal gland, and this is where a lot of your internal shifts happen. And so if you start to feel a lot of pressure in the head or even a headache, what you can do is imagine this sound current, these sounds, satanama, coming in through the crown of your head, the 10th gate. This is where you start to connect to the cosmos, right? Imagine this energy moving in through the crown of the head and then out that third eye point and out into infinity. Okay, so it's an L shape, in through the crown of the head, out the third eye point. All right? Otherwise, the eyes are closed and they're rolled upward and inward to the third eye. And so we'll start our practice with our tune-in mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. This mantra we chant at the beginning of any Kundalini Yoga practice to set sacred space and to tune into your deep self, the teacher within. This mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo, means I bow to the teacher within me. We'll chant it 5 times all together. Bring your palms together into prayer pose at the heart. Press the palms into each other, thumbs into the sternum. Sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. Take a deep breath in. Inhale deep, hold the breath in, and exhale, relax. And inhale deeply, hold the breath in, and exhale, rest quietly. And now to let the energy distribute throughout the hands, stretch the arms and shake. Shake the hands, the fingers, spread the fingers wide, shake the arms, let the whole body shake, 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 shake. Keep shaking. Shake, 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 shake. And now inhale, stretch the arms wide, fingertips wide, palms wide. Exhale, release.